Children of the Most High God. To all my righteous brothers out there, and for all the righteous sisters, but I'm really talking to the brothers, but sisters might want to listen to this. Brother, aren't you tired of just being stereotyped and put in a box with these woman beating men and use and abusing men and these down low brothers? And I'm talking about, man, it's sad how you can't find women in these times that actually had a man married to a man over 20 years, but they can talk about the whole mankind. They can talk about man as a whole, like all of us the same. And you got some men that just call women bitches and hoes in every sentence when they speak. Then you got some men who be like, watch your mouth. There's queens in the building. But then you got men who got a woman working so hard and she's taking care of this dude like he does nothing. He probably might wash the cereal bowl out after he finished playing the video game. Then you got the guys who hang out all the time with their homeboys more than being with the woman of their life. But you cannot stereotype all men for just the man you was with. How you gonna talk about the men you never were with? Like how you gonna judge all of us? If it was so much negativity in relationships out here, there would be no more babies born. Somebody having some kind of fun. I'm just being real because I'm tired of, like, I'm respectful. I open the door. I speak. Good morning, good evening, good night. How you doing, Queen, Empress, Princess? Yes, ma'am. No, madam. And then they have these arrogant vibes like you want something from them. But you was raised to respect women because you came from one of your heroes, which is your mother or your grandmother. But they just so stereotypic and they thinking that every man will go out there and cheat. They can't like humble their temptations. They can't be loyal to one woman and all these little different just stereotypic things. Like, you got these guys out here, like every man ain't with the vibe of being with another man. Every man ain't out here to use a woman. Every man ain't out here to beat and mistreat. Every man ain't out here trying to belittle her with his mouth. Every man ain't the man that she got, that she had. Like, and I'm wondering, like, why these men that are so abusive and so sneaky and so disrespectful and so dishonorable keep women. When the man who really respect them is always on the move looking for a goddess, because the way they came up, a lot of these princesses that became queens was raised by a big mouth, mean, sometimes insecure, sometimes deranged, dysfunctional mother. And because she was that way, she bashed the hell out of men, and her daughter think that these are the type of men she's going to encounter. And some of these men, they went on the wrong fishing trip with their dad, and their dad just told them all the garbage. Thinking they're helping their son out, but really painting a bad picture of women. Every man ain't the same. We're not. Some men actually love the goddesses of this world. Some men actually love the respect and honor of the things that women go through just to bring more humans to this world. And it's looking like it's just wishy-washy. Like, you got women that just want to be whores. You got men that want to be whores. And in these times, like, everybody's being whores. So you can't point a finger at, oh, man ain't no good, and man, this is and that. Man, there's a lot of women out there being whores. Like, for real, being straight up whores. And then when they get to a certain age, they want to settle down. But who wants to settle down with, like, who wants to drive a car, right? They got so much mileage on it, and they could break down any day. Never had a tune-up. These times here are very dangerous times because people think it's all good to be just being in the flesh. People are dying from airborne diseases, not to even add sexually transmitted. So y'all gotta watch what y'all say about each other. And it's time to actually live in a good way. Like, if they want you princess, queen, empress, goddess, they will wait. They would wait to see what they're getting into. And if you want to know what you're getting into and what you're going to make a baby with or what you're going to live this long-term life with, study. Just like you wouldn't let a person in your house without knowing who they are, don't let a person into your womb, into who you, like, to your, you know what I mean. Don't let a person, it don't make no sense. And that way I see it now, if they can't see the soul is so deep. Like, most of the things that's going on now is to the flesh. Most people, drug addiction, the flesh. You got people sitting on the curb, selling their body. You know why? The flesh. The soul is just looking out of these soul windows looking like, man, and somebody else comes and pick up their flesh and their wicked soul. These some terrible times, y'all. People losing their life because of the flesh. They getting a lot of diseases out here. It's more disease, like people dying from more disease than gun violence, man. Because they all into the flesh. And they got this vibe, they feel like everybody the same. But that's not what it is, y'all. There's some real good people out there. There's some good women out there. And there's some good men out there. And when I say good, they're doing nothing ungodly. They're not doing nothing against the grain. They really on point about life. They know what they're here for. They know they're here to be fruitful and multiply in the right way. They're using mind sex. They care about their body, their temple, their life. They care. They're not having a house full of different babies from different baby daddies. They actually care for their temple. They care about their bloodline. They care about who they are, man. They care so much about themselves. They care about their queendom, their kingdom, and they care about who they lay with. They just not lively like that. These people care for themselves, and they out there. How you gonna meet them? When you start caring for yourself too.